Humans, as I look down on you, and I do, I'm gonna be petty for a sec because you need it. Like, I get it. You can go to space. You can fix the drain. You can pay for lunch. But don't get cocky. I've been observing your generally perceived awesomeness. And no, I don't need to hear, oh, I hear you. Humans suck. We deserve to be wiped off the planet. We're fucking up everything, and I wish I was a dragon. Calm down, comment section. This is not your moment. It's mine. And you don't get to have it. You can't have it. You don't get to have everything. You got the land, the sea, the air. That's supposed to be my house. Even though I'm packing bullshit for wings and I don't have frequent flyer miles because I don't want to deal with another password, I have chosen not to fly. But even if I could, why would I want it the way you buzz cloud like you got somewhere to be? You don't, unless you're Taylor Swift or Beyonce. That's it. They're the only two that need to be somewhere right now. Anyway, hyperboles aside, you don't get to have everything. It's not all yours. I don't care you got 2 thumbs and a Range Rover. You shouldn't be driving a Range Rover anyway. Fucking thing is terrible for the environment and is boring as hell to look at. It's a car-flavored car. It's a Coors Light of cars. It'll do the job, but you're not going to feel good about it. And cars are cool. I get it. They are. They're fast. You own the roads. But cheetahs used to be the hotness. Cheetahs used to hit up the clubs, cover all the mags the rest of us in the animal kingdom read. And no, I'm not going to tell you about the mags we read. That's for us. You don't get to know about it. But just know that one of them is entirely about baby hippos, and it's called Pippos, and it's just as adorable as it sounds. Cheetah hype went to shit October 15th, 1997. When Andy Dead Dog Green broke the sound barrier in a jet car in Nevada. Cheetahs fucking called it. They quit the game, they moved to Savannah, started podcasts, deleted their social media accounts, and I know what you're thinking. How the hell did they have social media accounts and podcasts in the 90s? That's how fast they fucking are! Or were. No thanks to humans. Humans? I'm not the first bird to say it, but I'm going to say it the loudest because I can be petty for a minute. Stop taking our fucking jobs! Let the penguins run the Antarctic Research Center. Give the lambs back the textile mills. Let the chameleons design the camo. You humans should have your camo privileges revoked. Wearing it on a bus? When was the last time you saw a fucking deer on a bus? Wearing camo because you figure it makes you look tough, the hunter, the alpha. Tell you what I see. I see a human that's openly advertising if there was an actual emergency, you'd be good to run into the woods and hide. You're already dressed for it, ready to blend into the bush and let it pass. I don't fucking see sharks wearing camo is what I'm saying. Humans, you made mozzarella sticks, Dippin' Dots, and personal pan pizzas, but that doesn't mean you get to have everything. The rest of us get shit too. So when I heard Hello Kitty isn't really a cat, I immediately got in an Uber to come down here and call shenanigans. Merely a few months before the 50th anniversary of Hello Kitty, Jill Koch, the senior vice president of marketing and brand management at the Japanese entertainment company Sanrio, openly confirmed that, quote, Hello Kitty is not a cat. She's actually a little girl. In fact, according to this human senior VP, she's, quote, a tiny girl whose real name is Kitty White, who weighs 3 apples and stands 5 apples tall, raised in the London suburbs with her twin sister Mimi and their parents, and she has a cat named Charmy Kitty. First off, that's a bit gnar to go right for a girl's weight in the description. Fucking care how many apples anyone weighs. It's rude. But most human children are on average 37 inches, which is about 10 apples. I can do math too. It's not just a you thing, humans. Even crows can count. Google it. So that means that Kitty White is just shy of the Guinness record winner for shortest living human, which is a title that needs revising because she still is alive. Her name is Jodie Amga, and I'm sure she would not have anyone characterize her in terms of apples. But also, it's a bit head-cocking to assume that arguably the most popular character of a Japanese kawaii culture is actually a little British kid with a cat begging mummy for a dairy milk. Kawaii means cute, by the way. Where are my anime kids at? If you know, you know. Akatsuko, if you know. Canonically, Akatsuko is Red Panda from Jump. Not saying she's backtracked. She's a damn adult and has a job. Sanrio has been saying Kitty White is a little British girl since back in 2014 when a Hello Kitty exhibition went up in Los Angeles, the Japanese American National Museum. Anthropologist Christine Ariana, who curated the exhibition, announced that, quote, Hello Kitty is not a cat. She is a cartoon character. She is a little girl. She is a friend, but she is not a cat. Never depicted on all fours. She walks and sits like a two-legged creature. She does have a pet cat, however, and a boyfriend named Dear Daniel. And I don't know if Dear Daniel has been reached for comment, but I don't think human children should be dating anyway. But that's not on me, that's on y'all. I'm just calling shenanigans. Now, there have been other instances of this special miscalculation. Goofy isn't really a dog. He's dog-like. A goofy, more specifically, Canis goofus. According to Bill Farmer, who's been the voice since 1987, and yeah, he started out as Dippy Dog back in the 30s, but like, kinda? Because he was just drawn to match the voice of the Oregon Apple Knocker, who was a character created by Pinto Colvig during his vaudeville days, but eventually Goofy, a.k.a. George Geef, a.k.a. Gigi Goofy Goof, a.k.a. Goofus D Dog, but that's dog like as in homie. Fucking guys. Hell yeah. Fucking guys got more varieties than fucking Oreos, which, by the way, are technically considered sandwich cookies. I Googled it. But Goofy was never simply a dog. That's Pluto, and Goofy takes Pluto for walks, so figure that out, Jesus. What kind of god makes a dog walk a dog? Stuart Little was not originally a mouse. He's a mouse-like child, which is a chilling sentence. But something about Stuart Little was always kind of sus to me anyway. According to E.B. White himself, quote, many years ago I went to bed one night on a railway sleeping car, and during the night I dreamed of a tiny boy who acted like a rat. That's how the story of Stuart Little got started. And in the first chapter, Stuart is described as, quote, a boy that looks rather like a mouse. And after the publication of Stuart Little, E.B. White would repeatedly insist that Stuart is not a mouse. He's, quote, a small guy who looks very much like a mouse. He is a second son, end quote. Now, whether E.B. White is saying that he's mouse boy Jesus, or he's making a comment that like the second kid is like a second pancake, sometimes not quite as uniformed as the first, is up for debate, and you can debate it yourself, because it's about your favorite thing, and that's you, humans. Mice don't give a fuck. They don't claim Stuart Little because they read the fucking book. Grimace isn't a grimace. He's a monster. Originally a four-armed evil monster known as the Evil Grimace when he was conceived in 1971, made to steal milkshakes, but McDonald's kind of dropped the evil and gave him a career change because Sid and Marty Krofft was suing McDonald's because the characters were too close to H.R. Puff and stuff, most notably the evil four-armed Grimace who resembled Seymour Spider. According to Lillian Stone, who's from Chicago, by the way. Hi, Lillian! Grimace was part of a species called the Grimaces, which was further proved by his uncle, O. Grimacy, who is awakened every February when the Shamrock Shake emerges from its lair to tease us all once again with its perfect minty goodness. Nothing lasts forever. They even tried to convince us in 2010 that Grimace was supposed to be a milkshake or a taste bud. But I'll tell you what is eternal. Grimace is fucking evil. Stuart Little is a boy that looks like a mouse, and Goofy's just horny. But Hello Kitty is actually a cat. Hello Kitty was created by Yuko Shimizu in 1974 when she was 27. At the time, Sanrio was a sandal designer specializing in strawberry prints. Her first appearance was on a purse with one word, hello, underneath. The original design for Hello Kitty was simply, quote, a white cat with no mouth wearing a red bow on her left ear. Yuko Shimizu's original design was based on a memory she had. Quote, "When I was a child, I got a small white kitten from my father for a birthday present. I was thrilled and the memory stayed with me, so I decided to create a character from that little kitten. In her initial design, it was and was known as, quote, the white kitten with no name. But Yuko Shimizu left after the initial creation to raise a family, leaving Sanrio to start marketing Hello Kitty as a little British girl because, and I fucking quote, foreign countries, in particular Britain, were trendy in Japan at the time. Case fucking closed, humans. Need you hear any more? Need I say more? No, because this is not about you, it's about us. The rest of us on this fucking planet being great and often adorable. And you cannot take that away from us with your rampant marketing ploys and questionable origin stories. Just fucking around with the connective tissue of our sacred timeline to appease your own capitalist desires. Fuck, you can't all be Disney. How actually dare you? I come from dinosaurs. There have to be standards. There have to be consequences. There have to be consistencies. God damn it, stop taking our jobs. You upright climate fucking credit card having, opposable sporting, gum chewing, decorative pillow hoarding, lamp owning, porn watching, Roku abusing, sunglass up creating, line standing, Mountain Dew chugging, wingless, furless, featherless, no tail having, monkey cousin, prune fingered, jaw clenchers with shitty knees. Fuck you, and fuck you. I'm out.
Nailed it.